person we saw that for third person we have pronouns which are getting derived in all the genders. But for second and first person we have some pronouns which are one pronoun is enough for all three genders. So especially if we say tad shabda which is saha for pumlinga, sa for strilinga, tat for napumsaklinga is a common used third person pronoun, that it means he, she, it. And asmat shabda, which form of which becomes aham, avam, vayam, is the pronoun for uttam purusha or the first person, meaning I, we two, and we all. Similarly, yushmat we learnt that is for second person, and the form it takes tvam, yuam, yuyam, you both, and you all. So now you just start matching whenever you see small sukti or word. Try to figure out what actually do you know something. It is something familiar. So simple things like I last time I also discussed like aham, brahma, asmi. So you can figure out what is the kriya here. Is the kriya is matching with the karta. So here kriya is asmi, uttam purusha, ekvachana, and the pronoun corresponding is aham, that is the uttam purusha asmat shabda. Similarly tat, tvam, asi, you can see here madhyam purusha is there in picture. So similarly all small Sanskrit component wherever you see, just try to put your whatever today's understanding you have. And I will try to keep on sharing some small stories which are in Sanskrit so that you can listen also, and some that samskara also happens. Okay, so for today's chapter, till now, till now we know like verbs, how the verbs are classified. So we figured out one classification based on the purusha, like verb form is pratham purusha, madhyam purusha, and then uttam purusha. One classification is as per the tense. So as of now we are seeing only one tense, that is present tense. Now if we recall, like all the verbs are made from one stem root that is called as dhatu. So and how dhatus are defined, they come from one upadesha, means given by our whoever formalized this grammar. So that upadesha gives us 2000, around 2000 dhatus, every dhatu with everything fixed. So in that book or work where this is written, these 2000 dhatus, there one classification is done of these, that is dividing these 2000 dhatus in 10 different ganas or classes. So first class is what we are reading. So that class is called as bhwadi. So bhwadi because it starts with bhu, one dhatu, bhavati, bhavatah, bhavanti. That is the first dhatu which is taught in that book. So that is one classification. All those 10 ganas, name of them is there in this book in 10th chapter. We will read when that will come. So now today we will see there in that book there is one other classification which is introduced, and that is called as padi. So according to that classification, all dhatus can be of three type. One is parasmai padi. Padi is common. Second is atmane padi, and third is ubhaya padi. So I will write and send so that you can read your own. Parasmai padi, then atmane padi, and then ubhaya padi. So these are the three kind of dhatus. So this is the classification of dhatus using the padi. So these three kind of this is it. The first one is parasmai padi, which we are reading till now. So what we were reading was all parasmai padis. So like pathati, likhati. So what today we are going to read is called as Atmanepadi. Still they are different type of dhatus, but there is no difference. They also will have same purusha, same tense and everything, and they also will convey some meaning and no restrictions. And there are some dhatu roots which can be both Parasmaipadi also and Atmanepadi also. So they are called as Ubhaya. Ubhaya means both. Padi means pada, from that pada to padi. So one classification is Parasmaipadi, that is what till now we have read. One is Atmanepadi, which we are going to read, and there are certain dhatus which can take forms of both types. They are called as Ubhayapadi. So how this padi is defined? This padi is defined from the dhatu patha itself. The book which declares all the root words, there itself they are declared from the whoever formulated the grammar, from them only. So nothing we have to do there. So if some root is there, say pat is the root, so that root is fixed, that this root is parasmaipadi. So you need not to worry. Some other roots are there like pach. So if pach is there, then you can see that this root is ubhayapadi. It can have parasmaipadi also and atmanepadi also. Whenever we will say parasmaipadi and atmanepadi, as of this level, you have to understand how the ending or forms will be. So if I am saying its dhatu is parasmaipadi, it means the ending will be ti tah anti si thah tha mi vah mah. This kind of ending will be there in present tense. If I am saying atmanepadi, the ending will be different. If it is ubhayapadi, then both kind of endings are possible, and which one you use, it is your choice. There is one catch. So if a dhatu is ubhayapadi, then it is just a custom, like then you will use parasmaipadi if the action is getting done or the result of action is uh, going to somebody different. And if you are using atmanepadi, then result of that action is coming to you. So in case of only ubhayapadi dhatus, you will use parasmai. Par means apara, somebody else. Atmane means self. So in that case, you, if result of that action, what it is depicting, dhatu is coming to you, then you will use atmane, otherwise parasmapati. Say simple one dhatu is pach. Pach means to cook. So that is a ubhayapadi dhatu. So if you have to say saha pachati, so pachati, it is ending in T, so it is under parasmaipadi classification. Means he is cooking for somebody else. He is a cook, you can say like that. He is not cooking for self, he is cooking for somebody else, because it is parasmaipadi and dhatu is ubhayapadi. But if you say saha pachate, it means he is cooking for himself. So that is because the pachate is atmanepadi. So with this we will start, and we will revisit, since only this we will cover. So we will make this concept very clear, so nothing to worry in this. So I will share my screen and we'll begin. Any time you have doubt, you can ask. So okay. Okay, so first thing is this: sotsahanam nastyasadhyam naranam. So this thing is, again there is a big sandhi here. So we'll try to split. So it is like this: sa utsahanam. It is utsahanam only. Utsahanam. Okay. Sa utsahanam na asti asadhyam naranam. So now you can, with this you can see, that is why I said, if while we are discussing we can split the word and discuss. If you understand, it is good. If you not, then you at least you will anyway understand the English or Telugu meaning of whatever is given in the book. Sa, so the verb here is asti. So if the in front of there, if there is any na, that is for negating that. Asti means is, na asti means not there. Sa, if any word has sa, it means with. Sa Lakshmana means with Lakshmana. Like here, sa utsahanam. Utsahanam means somebody who has energy, uh, some zeal to do some work. With that, sa utsahanam, plural. Na asti, not there. Asadhyam, nothing which cannot be done. Naranam. So for those humans who are full with utsaha, there is nothing which cannot be done. So all the enthusiastic people can do anything in this world. So that is the meaning if you derive your own. And what he has written is, there is nothing impossible for men who are energetic. So that also is fine. So if you can, if you have split one and you can figure out what is the verb and all and other components, later you will figure out, then you will have your own meaning and you don't need to remember things. So again, तृतीयः पाठः, प्रथमः वर्गः, आत्मनेपदिनः, वर्तमान कालः. That is padi. It is because of bahuvachana, it is padina. How that we will see later. Again he is starting from there. Prathama purusha ekavachana, third person singular. So now you see vrikshaha kampate. It is not kampati, it is kampate. Why? Because the dhatu is here kamp, and kamp dhatu as per the book, it is a atmanepadi dhatu. There is one website which is if that is not required now, but in case if you want to verify these things, so I think, yeah, now you can see here, this is the dhatu patha. It is like 1 1. So if you see, there are all dhatus will be, this is the 10. First 10 is the 10th gana, 10th class. In 10th class 492 are there. You can see here, first gana, first dhatu is bhu. Bhu is for bhu sattayam. This is the meaning written there. It tells it is bhwadi, it is parasmai padi. Parasmai padi is written here. Akarmaka, it doesn't take, that all you will understand later. As of now, we have to understand only parasmai padi and atmane padi. So parasmai padi, so then this dhatu will be expanded as bhavati, bhavatah, bhavanti, because it is parasmai padi. But edha, next dhatu is there, edha vriddhau. This is for growing, growth, this dhatu is used, but this is atmane padi. So this form will be edhate, edhete, edhante, like that. Spardhate, this also, spardh also is atmanepadi. So its form will be spardhate, spardhete, spardhante, like that. So how you will remember it? It is since only 2000 are there, as we will keep on using, you will understand which your mind will understand its own without your effort, like which dhatu is parasmaipadi, which is atmanepadi. As of now, nothing to worry. You just concentrate on the practices, whatever we are doing, they will give you. So vrikshaha kampate. So if I have to say where is the dhatu kamp here, so you can search. So if I write kamp and try to search here, search. So this is kamp chalane, means something if moves, that for that dhatu is kamp. And you can see here it is telling it is from first gana and dhatu number is 435. So if you see, you can see how the form will be kampate, kampete, kampante. But that all we'll see. So now saha bhashate. Bhashate means speaks. So always remember, all this language is phonetic. So this is purely phonetic by its conception itself. So what is written, try to read that only. So like in this example, if you say Saha Bhashate, if you don't read this dirgha, then this sentence will mean he barks. So if you say Saha Bhashate means he speaks. Now if you have to tell for a lady, Sa Bhashate, again this is Kriya and it doesn't depend on the gender of the doer. Daridraha Kastam Sahate. We are concentrating only on this Kriya. Sahate is again Pratham Purusha Ekvachana. Sahate means tolerates or yeah. Yachate. Yachate means begs. Spardhate means competes. Alokate means sees or watches. Kshamate. Kshamate means excuses. Like in Kannada, here it is Kshamasi. So that is Kshamate here. Badhate. Badhate means stopping. Lajjate. Lajjate means feeling shy. Yatate means trying. Slaghate means appreciating. Ikshate means watching. Shankate means doubting. Vandate means praying. Shobhate means looking nice. So here you can see in above sentences verbs are used in present tense, third person singular. Study the verbs carefully once again. These are different forms that you have learnt earlier, gachati, patati, etc. In those verbs was verb ending was ti, here it is te, and verb is said to be atmane padi when it is present tense third person singular form ends in te. So in all the three persons, Atmanepadi forms are different from Parasmepadi. Learn other Atmanepadi forms. So now it is Palayante. So what is the first form? Palayate, Palayante. Kurdate. Palayante means escaping, running away. Kurdate means jumps. Somebody, third person, singular jumps. Kurdante means some other third person jump. Vanarah kurdante. Matching noun is used. Vanara means many monkeys. Kurdante means jumps. Yodhaah yudhyante. So what will be the singular? Yodhaah yudhyate. Warrior fights, warriors fight. Sevakah sevate. In plural will become sevakah sevante. Janaah vismayante. So singular will be Janaha Vismayate, means people, person is surprised. Balakaha Utsahante. So Utsahante, we already saw Utsahanam in the beginning, who are energetic, very enthusiastic kind of people. So Balakaha Utsahate. Dhanikaha Modante, plural Dhanikaha Modate. Devaha trayante. So Devaha trayate, protects. Trayate means protect. Parnani plavante. Plavante means floating, like nauka. Parnani means plural of parnam. Parnam plavate. Mahilaha vyathante. Vyathante means getting worried. Mahilaha plural. So Mahila vyathate. Bhikshukaah bhikshante. Bhikshuka bhikshate. So like that. Vardhante. Sasyani vardhante. Sasyam vardhate. Plant grow, plants grow. So that was third person singular and plural. Now since book has taught you already what is second person and first person, so they are giving that form also here only. So now slowly every chapter will have little more material. So first two chapters were easy. So these are also easy, but you have to be little more, you have to work. So now you see tvam. Tvam is for second person. and again sa is there. So te se, you can still have some, you can make some clue like ma, pathami, pathavah, pathamah. That same pattern, if you will see, you will see in Uttam Purusha. Madhyam Purusha, there pathasi was there, here shobhase is there. So si, se is there. Shobhase, it is for shobhate, looking nice. Bhashase, it is from bhashate, the second form. Vandase, it is from vandate. Lajjase, from lajjate. So you just read. So and there is nothing to this. Plural is lajjadve. I will, okay. I will come to Uttam Purusha again. Here you can see aham manye, aham vande, aham varte, aham shanke. This all just read, and I will show the table first, then we will do this some exercise, then we will understand. So now you can see here, for memorization they have written, this is for you, write this in one paper, keep in front of you and do all exercises your own. You see every time what is the, figure out which purusha and vachana it is and see, pick from this table. If this way you do twice or thrice the exercise, it will go in your head its own, no need to remember or no memorization required. So pratham purusha ekvachana here is gacchati, but if the verb is atmanepadi, then it will be vandate. Pratham purusha ekvachana. Pratham purusha dvivachana gachatah, and it will be vandete. Pratham purusha bahuvachana will be gacchanti, here it will be vandante. Vandante. So gacchasi vandase, gachatha vandethe, gachatha vandadve. So this dve, anytime you see dve, you will always know like this is a madhyam purusha bahuvachana. Anytime you see se, you know it is a second madhyam purusha ekvachana. And the comes only in madhyam purusha dvivachana. So you can make distinction. Here gacchami, uttam purusha ekvachana, it is vande. Gachavah, vandavahe, vahe. Here vah is there, here vahe is there. Gacchama, here ma is there, here mahe is there. So this also you can make. You can learn by this pattern. So just see where it is used now. So there is a very famous this thing, Vande Mataram. So which verb is used? Atmanepadi or Parasmaipadi in Vande Mataram?
Atmanepadi.
Atmanepadi. What is the Purusha? Who is the doer of that? Uttam Purusha, because this line is Uttam Purusha line. How many are there? Ekvachana, one person. So
Ekavachan.
anytime you say Vande Mataram, it means I salute to mother. It is very clear. If you say Vandate Mataram, it means somebody is saluting mother. Right? So, like BSNL, our tagline is Aharnisham Seva Mahe. So now tell me where is Seva Mahe will map here. Aharnisham Seva Mahe.
First person, Bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam. So it is telling all the BSNL staff is in your service. We all are in service always, day and night. Aharnisham Seva Mahe. So like that, they are not very different. You just try to give attention whenever you are coming through any Sanskrit sentence. With this knowledge, we will come back again here and see what other things were there. So Uttam Purusha will see Manne. Manne means think. I guess, kind of that. Vande, not guess. Vande is salute. Varte. Varte means uh, I stay. Vartate, from that. Shanke. Shanke is
Doubt.
doubt. What is the Pratham Purusha for this? Shankate.
Shankate. Okay.
Ikshe. Ikshe is see. So I see. What will be the third person? Ikshate.
Ikshate.
Sahe.
So,
So what will be the first person?
Sahate.
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 Seve.
Sevate.
Same thing what we said. It seve, sevavahe, sevamahe. That's just now BSNL thing we discussed, right? That is from here.
Seva.
Parikshe, parikshate,
Pariksha.
parikshase, parikshe,
Parikshate.
parikshavahe, then bhashe, bhashate,
Vashate.
bhashate.
Vashase. Vashe.
Uhe means guess, guessing. So uha vahe will be what?
Dvivachanam. Divan.
We too are guessing. Uha mahe
We
means
too are.
we are guessing.
We are.
Apekshe. Apekshe means expecting. So,
Expect.
apekshate, apekshase, apekshe.
Apekshe.
So now if you see here, since the anuswara is there at the end, we will exercise our that rule also we read. So here you see anuswara, here is dot, here it is written as ma, because following is swara. Again we see here aham, uhe. Next one is swara, so this fellow again became anuswara to makara. Like same for apekshe. So whenever you are writing, every time you try to see like when you are writing correct. uh, so now for bahuvachana it is vayam yatamahe. So vayam is the plural first person plural pronoun, and yatamahe is the corresponding noun form. Yatate will be third person singular. Yatate means tries. Yatamahe means we try. Vayam sahamahe. Sahate means endure. Okay. Yes. Vayam kshamamahe. We excuse. Vayam shlaghamahe. Shlaghate means appreciate. Vayam shlaghamahe. We appreciate. Vayam shankamahe. Shankate means doubt. Now vayam shankamahe. We doubt. Sevamahe. Vayam sevamahe. We serve. Vayam ikshamahe. See, now makara came because of swara. Ikshamahe, we see. Vayam uhamahe, we guess. Vayam alochamahe, we think. Alochate is for thinking. So that is from alochate word came alochaka. Alochaka who is reviews something, reads and thinks. Vayam utsahamahe, again being enthusiastic. So a verb root is called dhatu in Sanskrit. For example, root for verb gachati is gam, pathati is pat. Thus all verbs are derived from roots, that we already know. Verb roots are classified into three types. Today we read parasmaipadi, atmanepadi and ubhayapadi. Parasmaipadi, if verb in the present tense third person singular ends in ti, then verb root is called as parasmaipadi. Udaharanam gachati pathati. Then atmanepadi, if the verb in the present tense third person singular ends in te, the verb root is called as atmanepadi. Like today we saw vartate, kampate, vardhate, edhate. Ubhayapadi, ubhaya means both. Padi means again. So if the verb is conjugated in both parasmaipadi and atmanepadi forms, the verb root is designated as ubhayapadi. So you can see both the ti and te form should be there. So pach is a ubhayapadi. So you can see pachate. So pach also we can search here. So see. So if we search this, so pach, do pach pash. So you can see here, this is pachati here and apakshit. Pachate. You can see here lat parasmai padam and atmanepadam. Both are there for this one because this is in both. And you can read here it is bhwadi ubhayapadi. It is written ubhayapadi sakarmaka anit. That we will read. So this dhatu is Ubhayapadi. Both in both form will be there. Which one you want to use? That is in Ubhayapadi cases choice by who is the getting the result of this action. So like other Ubhayapadis are yachati, yachate, begging, karoti, doing, kurute. This also is Ubhayapadi. Now here it says it may be said that in common uses there is no difference in between Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi. So in common uses, however, there is a subtle distinction between the two in Shastra. Shastra means in our Vyakarana Shastra or any other Shastra, there is a difference when they are used. Classification of verb root into Parasmaipadi, Atmanepadi, Ubhayapadi is done by the grammarian, has to be followed by us. So below forms, okay, so here whatever he tells right between two in Shastra, that is what I told you, like who will get the result of action. According to that, in Ubhayapadi dhatus we decide which one to use, Atmanepadi or Parasmaipadi. So this is the classification. Now if you have any doubt till here, you ask, otherwise we'll do the exercises related to this.
Mahodaya,
Vadatu Bhagini.
can you please explain why the Parasmaipadi verb should not be conjugated as Atmanepadi?
Okay, so by definition itself, once a root is defined, there it comes like which kind of verb is this. So for this question you can see like how this grammar might have been generated. So we already had Vedic prayogas. Vedas were already there anytime and every time, and in Loka, in world also it was getting used. Anyone who makes grammar, who he does what, he just codifies all those things so that it is not deteriorated. So this is the way the verbs were getting used at that time. He figured out like some verbs, some actions are depicted using ti and some depicted using te, and then he did further classification and separated them out, right? So now he said this certain roots will have only ti, this certain root will have only te, there are certain roots which can have both. So this is coming from Upadesha. Upadesha means what started from beginning. So there is no reason as such we can tell, because that was the uses and that only got made as a rule. So what you have to assume and accept here, like certain dhatus, certain roots, the way they are, that itself tells which padi they will go. Is it clear or?
So how can we classify them as Atmane and Parasmanepadi? How do we do that classification?
Actually they
Should we
themselves,
have to by heart all the
no,
verbs,
no.
Kriya?
No, so they you don't have to classify. They themselves are classified. Like if a kid is there, it is he or she is already classified that is a boy or a girl. What you have to do, you have to do the uses as per its classification, which is already available. As far as remembering is concerned, in any language, if you start from zero, you will see there are too many things to remember. So if you approach that way, then yes, you have to remember. But if you are really interested in learning, as I can see you are doing very nice, so just practice. This is called natural language. This is not artificial language. Here you don't need to learn it separately like a kid learns. So slowly he just sees how the practice is going on and he understands everything. So like for all Hindi speaking people, if you see small kids, all where to put which gender is very tough for non-Hindi speakers. But all kids and everything they learn from uses. So what I'm trying to tell here, don't remember, just keep on doing exercises and keep on reading the sentences. You will learn, your mind will learn its own which verb is Atmanepadi, which verb is Parasmaipadi. If somebody, as of after reading this, if somebody tells you Sah Vandati, Sah vandati. Immediately you will get doubt that, oh, this is somehow not fitting. So vandati is not a thing which will be conjugated with ti. For that you need to have a little more familiarization with the language, and that is the only way. Is it now? I made it
Astu
clear?
Mahoday.
Confused?
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else has any question? Okay, then we'll come to exercise. Let's make it interactive. These numbers and all you can read your own. If any doubt is there, okay, abhyasa. So write the other numbers of the following. Just blindly try to do as it is written in the udaharanam, first line. Don't worry that this is something different you have to tomorrow remember. Nothing you have to do if you follow this way. Not a single line you have to remember. It will already get absorbed in your mind. So it is telling ikshate, ikshete, ikshante. This is the way it is written for third person, singular, dual, plural. So he is asking you for vandate is for ekvachana. So what should be for
Vandete.
and bahuvachana?
Vandante.
Vandete,
Vandete.
vandante,
Vandante.
Okay. So now tell
vandante.
me a corresponding pronoun also along with this. Starting from here, corresponding pronoun.
Saha vandate.
Very nice, very nice. Saha vandate, sa vandate. For second one, like this is what is the practice. If
Tau
tau
vandete.
tau vandete or te vandete in case of
Okay.
feminine. And then last one,
Tau ikshante.
te
Te ikshante.
Te
vandante.
ikshante.
Te
Te
vandante
Te
vandante.
or tah vandante.
Saha vandante means Srivachan. Strilinga.
Strilinga. Huh?
Yeah.
So Strilinga it is sa, te, tah.
Okay.
If one lady is there, then you will, and little far, then you will say sa. Two ladies are there, then te. If many ladies
Te.
are, tah.
Taha. Okay.
So you can say sa Lakshmi. Then you can say that if two are there, then Lakshmi also you have to increase that. As of now, you don't know. So then yatate. Yatate means tries. Third person tries. What will be the dvivachana?
Etete.
yatete. Yatete.
Bahuvachana.
Etete. Etante. Etante.
Yatante.
Yatante. So simple. There is a no. Te, ete, ante is like that here. Like there you had ti, taha, anti. Here it is te, ete, ante. That is the suffixes which are getting added. So, okay, third one.
Shadan. Shadate.
Shank.
Shank,
Shankate. Shankate.
shankate, shankate.
Venkate.
Shankete.
Te.
Shankante.
Right.
Te.
Shankate, shankete,
Shankante.
shankante. So if you have to use pronoun, how will say with English meaning? Can anyone tell?
She.
I doubt.
I doubt.
Both of you doubt.
No,
We
no,
doubt.
I is not there. This is third person.
He doubts.
He doubts.
He doubts.
She
Saha
doubts.
They both.
shankate.
They both.
Saha.
Tau shankete.
Okay.
They both
Te
doubt.
te shankante.
Te.
They all
We doubt.
doubt. Not we.
They
We
all.
tam purusha. This is all for third person.
Third
Then
person.
here number 4 it will be
Shobhati.
shobhate.
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 Shobete.
Shobhete.
Shobhate.
Shobhante.
Very nice. Shobhate, shobhete, shobhante. Then comes the say. Say means which person?
Second person.
Second.
Madhyama Purusha.
Madhyam ekvachan.
So now what will be here?
Era. Ete.
Yachase.
Ete.
Chase,
Yachante.
chante,
Se. Thadhe.
chance.
Okay. You just see this thing, then you do. Vandase, vandethe, vandadhve. Like this it should be there. Right?
Yachathe. Yachadve.
Here
Yachate.
it will be याच्यथे याचध्वे.
याचत्वे
Sahase will be what
सह
to?
सहेते
सहेते सह
Sahethe
सहत्वे
सहद्वे
Sahave.
त्वे
Now here what will be? 7 number.
त्रायसे
त्राव
Trayate.
त्रायसे
Trayate.
त्रावे
त्रायद्वे
Okay, put the pronoun and tell the English meaning here.
त्रायु
you
त्रायसे. What is the meaning of try?
Try means to protect.
You protect.
No, what is the English Sanskrit pronoun which you will use here?
Tvam.
tvam
Tvam.
Tvam. Yes, tvam trayase. Then yuam
yuvam
Tvam.
yuyam
de. Then yuyam trayatve.
त्रयद्वे
Tvayadve. Okay.
Now number 8.
Bhashe.
last first person bash bashe
Bhashe.
Ashe.
basha
Bhasha vahe. Bhasha.
Bhasha. Vahe. Vahe. Bhasha.
Tell with pronoun and English meaning
I speak
in Sanskrit.
basha is
Aham. Aham.
Aham bhashe.
Bhashe.
Aham bhashe. Avam bhasha vahe.
basha
Vahe. You.
vayam basha
Vayam Vashamahe.
Vayam bhashamahe. Like that. Last time nobody sent exercise. So
They already did. That's why. It did, sir.
she is very fast. She will do for all, but learning you have to do your own. She sends after the class only. So delete that in your phone and do it again. Let it be there for me. I will check. You people delete and send again. You also had to learn, right? So now second one will see change into plural. So it is balakah ikshate. So he changed and made it balakah ikshante. So I will do random here 2 3 and you do rest and send. So like devah trayate. What is the English meaning?
Sing.
god protects
God protects.
Devaha Trayante.
So what is the purusha? In which purusha this sentence is?
Third person singular.
pradhama purusha
Pratham purusha. This sentence is there. Devah trayate. Devah
Trayante.
trayante
gods protect.
protect
Yeah. Now tvam lajjase. What is the meaning of this?
You say.
You shy.
You say.
shy
So what will be?
yuyam lajjante
No. Yuyam lajjadve.
Lajjatve.
wait a second
Vera. Okay. Seva.
You can see the table. You can have a table parallel and then answer. Don't worry about remembering. If you keep on doing exercise, mind will learn its own. If not the correct form, then it will learn to tell that this doesn't rhyme. This is not the correct form. So now aham uhe. What is the meaning of this?
I imagine
I guess.
I guess
Guess
Vayam.
better word.
Uhamahe.
Vayam uha.
Uhamahe.
uhamahe
Which purusha
we
is
guess
this? Which
uttama
purusha?
purusha
Pradhama Purusha Bahuvach.
Now number 10 is tvam vandase.
Yuyam.
yuyam
Vandadve.
vandadve
Yuyam
vandadve
Vandadve.
Yuyam vandadve. So that is madhyam purusha. Okay. So make sentences using verb root given in box. So in box verb root is given vand. So now you know which padi is vand?
atmanepadi
Atmanepadi. Because vandati is not a valid word.
Is one. Okay.
Vandate is the valid word. So you know it is a atmanepadi root. Tvam, what I
Vandase. Vandase.
vandase
aham
Vande.
vandhe
Vande.
vande. So any all shlokas you see, you will see Vande something, Vande Vani, something like that. Vande will come. So it means like it is for self, one person.
Okay.
Vayam
Vandamahe.
Vandam.
Vandamahe.
Saha
Vandate.
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 Then again comes Bhash. Bhash is again Atmanepadi. Harihi
Harihi bhashate.
Bhashate, because Hari is neither you nor I. So not the first and second person, third person. So Bhashate. Te,
Bhashante.
Bhashante.
te is Bhashante because it's a plural of Pumlinga. It can be dual of Strilinga also. So that also you have to keep it in mind. So in that case it may be Te Bhashete also.
Okay.
So that case you if you write Te Bhashante, then in brackets you write Pumlinga. So that
Okay.
it is clear. Now UM
Bhashadve.
Bhashadve.
Bhashadve Bhashase Bhashethe Bhashadve
Bhashadve.
Aham
Aham bhashe.
Bhashe
Bhash.
Aham Vande, like that. Aham Bhashe,
Bhash meaning, sir?
I speak.
Speak.
Bhashe means speak. So what is the definition of language is given by this only, Bhashate iti bhasha. So which is used in conversation, that is called as language. Bhashate iti bhasha. So the definition of bhasha, language. So shlaghate, here it is shlag. Shlag means to appreciate. So vayam
Slaghamahe.
Shlaghamahe.
shlaghamahe, we appreciate. Yum
Slaghatve. Tve.
shlaghatve, like that you can do. Rest two are there, you can do your own and share. So it is telling, right, the Atmanepadi form of the root given in the bracket. So vadati. Vadati is the same meaning in Parasmaipadi. Means speak. Saha vadati. Same thing you can tell using Atmanepadi. Saha bhashate. Right?
Yeah.
So now tell, if vadasi is there, how you will tell in bhasha? Tvam vadasi.
Bhash.
Vadase. Tvam vadasi.
Tvam bhashase.
Vashate. Vashante.
Bhashase. Here Madhyam Purusha. Vadasi is Madhyam Purusha, right? So you have to convert accordingly.
Vashamahe.
So Vadamaha, it will be Bhasha Mahe.
Mahe.
Vashamahe.
Pashyati. Pashyati, what is the meaning of Pashyati? See, same meaning is
See.
Iksh.
Ikshate.
This also is to see.
Ikshate.
Ikshate. So you can say Sa Pashyati. She is looking or seeing. Same thing you can tell Sa Ikshate. So there is no choice in which one to use, Parasmaipadi, Atmanepadi. Whatever your vocabulary permits, you use, if they are not Ubhayapadi. So what will be the Pashyamah in this?
Ikshamahe.
Ikshamahe, because
Ikshatve.
no.
Ikshate.
Ikshamahe.
Ikshamahe.
Ikshate.
You
Ikshamahe.
were right. This is Uttam Purusha Bahuvachana. So here also Uttam Purusha Bahuvachana will have ma sound. Mahe, Vahe, Mahe.
Mahe. Mahe.
Ikshe, Ikshavahe, Ikshamahe. So Tushyami. Tushyami means satisfied. Get satisfaction. I satisfied. So Mod.
Mode.
Aham Mode.
Aham
From
mode.
Moda, from Moda Dhatu, the thing is made which is called Modaka. What is
Aham
Modaka?
modate. Aham modate.
Ham Mode.
Mode.
Sah
Mode.
Mode. What is Modaka?
Modaka for Ganapati.
Ganpati, yes. Something which makes you happy. That is called as Modaka. So because this Moda is the root there. So yes, I think this is enough. I will come back to table and here. So Whenever you are practicing, just try to add the pronoun or the noun, then practice. Like Saha Gachati, Ramah Vandate, and then you try to get the meaning in the language which you are already familiar, preferably in native language. So, like Saha Gachati, if I have to remember Gachati, Gachata, Gachanti or practice, I will not just remember this Gachati, Gachata, Gachanti. I will think like Ramah Gachati, Ram goes. Ramo now Ramau Gachatah, two Ram goes. Two Ramas are going. Gachanti, Ramah Gachanti, many Ramas are going. Now Vandate, Saha Vandate, Eshaha Vandate. This way you will use so many sentences you will make and your mind will have some good exercise to learn. Eshaha Vandate means this person is saluting. Esha Vandate, this lady or girl is saluting. Then Ete Vandete, these two girls are saluting. And Etaha Vandante, these girls are saluting. Now you can make like Janah. Janah means people. So Janah Vandate. Now what is the ending? Akaranta Pumlinga. So what will be the Dvivachana? Janau.
Janote.
Vandete. Janaha Vandante. Like that. For these two pronouns are easy, but verb form you have to anyway know. So Gachasi. Tvam Gachasi. Yuvam Gachatha. Yuyam Gachatha. Tvam Vandase. Yuyam
Vandete.
Yuvam Vandethe. Yuyam Vandadve. Like that, along with pronoun, if you practice, it will be very easy and you will understand. So now we'll see the number. You see here Ekadasha. Ekadasha means Eka Dasha. Eka and Dasha is 11. So all the in all mostly whatever language I know, mostly in our languages it comes, the extra number comes first, where in English that comes in last, like 21 there you will say. Here we will say Ek Vimshati, or in Hindi we say Ikkis, means Ek, that last part comes first. So here Ekadasha, 1 plus Dasha means 11. Dvadasha, this is all Pumlinga number. If you will have it's in that Strilinga, it will become Ekadashi. Not exact meaning, but that is 11th. That means 11th. So that is how our tithis are there. Ekadashi means 11th day. Dvadashi means 12th day. Trayodashi means 13th day. 3 plus dasha, traya plus dasha. Chatur dasha, 4 plus dasha. Chaturdashi, and then Panchadashi. Shodash,
Shodasi.
Saptasha. Yeah, no, Shodashi is not there. Only 15 tithis are there, right? So even Panchadashi also is not there. Amavasya or Purnima will come in.
Shodasa Karma.
Ah,
Shodasa Karma.
yes. Then Saptadasha, Ashtadasha, they are very easy to remember. Just you Dasha, Dasha and all. So Nava Dasha. So Nava, you see, 19, it comes at Nava Dasha. Nava comes first and Dasha then. So there is a word called as Una. Una means less. And Adhika. Adhika means more. So in like in Hindi you say unnis. Unnis means less than 20. One less than 20. That is called as this. So some places, some books, they write this Navadasha as Ekona Vimshati. So Eka Una Vimshati. From Vimshati 20, Una less Eka. One less from Vimshati. That Apabhramsha Ekona Vimshati. After some time it became Unnis, after millennia or something. So now Vimshati is 20. So after that again you add first Eka Vimshati, Dva Vimshati, Trayo Vimshati, like that. Panchishat up. Again you will get Trimshat, that is 30. Again you start adding Eka Trimshat, Dva Trimshat. So like that you just practice this number. There is little difference in especially in Vimshati and Trimshat onward, because Vimshati, this is different kind of ending, Ikaranta, and then you dvavimshati, trivimshati, where trimsat is takaranta, ending in ta. So word will be little different. But here only you have to know the equivalent number in our languages. That's it. With this, today we will finish, and next one we will finish this chapter on Friday, and next Tuesday, as Narsimha Mahodaya asked, we will do revision of what we have learned till now. So I hope.
Friday class is there, sir, or before that? Because in Savratri, the class is earlier, or
No, you people, it is you up to you people. I can manage.
it is possible, can do it on Saturday or Thursday, or it's okay for us. I think
Saturday,
many people are willing to.
okay. So you discuss in group. If it is Thursday, I can manage, but
Oh,
Saturday, Sunday, I have meeting in night.
okay,
So
Thursday it's okay, sir, for us.
you don't decide, madam. Let's everyone.
And for us, many people are.
Okay. Discuss in group, and if okay, so today you will do this exercise and share, and at the last page there will be some further exercises for this Atmanepadi only. That also you do today only. So that it is. So here it is written number 2, right? First also you can write Madhukaro nama ekah चालकः मैसूरु नगरे वसति स्म. That also you can write in Devanagari and send, and this also using only Atmanepadi verbs translate the following, and you can give the first one, what is the this one, first and third one also you can reply. Don't try to do without seeing answers, so that it is a practice for you, otherwise it will be repeating and then you have to remember things. Okay. With this, if you have anyone has any question, please ask, otherwise we'll finish. Okay, then we'll finish.
धन्यवाद महोदय.
धन्यवाद भगिनी. नमस्ते, शुभरात्रि.